How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. It is a big night, isn't it, for the club? I think, we probably never imagined European nights here. So it's a testament to all the boys that have got us here and all the lads that have come before, that have built a foundation for us to do this. So it's great for the fans, great atmosphere. Shame we couldn't get more goals, but we take the 1-0 and go there and see what we can do.
And obviously a big shame that Eze wasn't here tonight. Oliver Glasser's just telling us that he received a phone call this morning. Did you receive similar, and how did you react when you heard the news?
What, that he wasn't playing?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, look, it is what it is. We've got to move past, he's been fantastic for the club. We all love him for what he's done and what he's achieved, and we're pleased that, he's going to go on and fulfil the other ambitions that he's got. But, it's the king is dead, long live the king, right? We have to move past it, and we have to find other players to bring in that can support the rest of the team and Oliver. 11
days before the window closes. How confident are you that you can do just that?
Yeah, we'll bring in players. I mean, it's finding the right ones. It's difficult to replace players like that, and the squad was probably a little bit thin anyway. So, we'll try and use the money and try and make ourselves, maybe not individually as good, but a bit broader, a bit of a stronger base and a few more options. That's really what we'll try and do.
Steve, obviously all the news is going to be about Eze and his replacement, but we just spoke to Oliver and he said it's been a slow window. He needs players in. I think he said he only had 14 fit players. So how important is it that you get bodies in as well, especially when you're going to be competing in more competitions this season?
Yeah, I don't think Oliver wants too many. I think it's the right number because obviously, with the quality of players we're looking for, they want minutes, right? So it's really about getting the balance right. I mean, Oliver obviously is right. We're a little bit thin anyway. So we're working on everything we can work on. We'll get what we can get done, get the quality level as high as we possibly can, and then get on with the season.
How hard is it doing it without a sporting director at the club at the moment?
Well, I think we knew the targets, and I've spoken to Dougie a few times. So really, it's about getting the deals done. I don't think that there's too much of a problem. And Oliver's, we're very lucky with Oliver in that he's very involved. He's a very data-driven manager. He doesn't just want names. He looks at players for what they can do for him in his system, how they play. He's very specific about what he wants. So, the manager, and we've got a good group of people that were working with Dougie and under Dougie that have stepped up. So that doesn't bother me, really. It's really getting the deals done is really the challenge.
Oliver just said to us that he's told Mark Gay he absolutely cannot leave the club. Obviously, you feel the same way. Can we expect to see him in a Crystal Palace shirt this season?
Well, if Mark wants to sign a contract, then he can stay. I mean, if he doesn't want to sign a contract, then we have to look at it. It's... it's a difficult situation. Every club like us, and particularly if you're in Europe, the financial rules are a lot tighter than the Premier League. They're a lot tighter. So, you're seeing it. Everybody has to sell players to comply with the rules. So, players leaving on a free is not an ideal situation for the football club. I'm not going to pretend that it is. So that's a situation we'll have to look at in the next 11 days.
Well, how happy were you with what you saw tonight, this Crystal Palace side, without Eze in it, and the chances they created?
Yeah, they're great lads, aren't they? And it's a difficult game when it's 5-4-1, whatever it was. They were playing and they were very good. They were very diligent defensively, weren't they? And it's probably what it's like playing against us sometimes in some games, So I thought we completely dominated the game, obviously, and it even... dare I say it, it didn't even look like there might be a banana skin in it. It was just about whether we could get enough goals, because obviously going back there, I think they've got a plastic pitch there, so that's going to be a challenge, and it'll be a difficult game. They're obviously a competent, capable team. They're decent, so I'm sure they'll get a lot more balls in the box, and the crowd will be up for it there. So it's not good. We can't take it lightly. I'm sure Oliver won't. He'll play the first team, and hopefully we can get through, because it'd be a real injustice after everything that happened if we didn't.
I was about to say, Steve, obviously it's not the competition in Europe you want to be playing in this season, but you are playing in the Conference League and have a really good chance of winning it. Obviously you have to go through, but how exciting is this season ahead for Palace?
Yeah, I mean, we want to get through the next one. Obviously, that there's a little bit of tension around that, but if we can get through that one, it'll be a campaign in Europe, which would be sensational for the club. As Oliver said, 4 competitions. As Glenn just said, we need to make sure we've got a squad, that's the right size that can cope with it. So, that's the next 11 days, and we'll see what we can do.
Steve, thank you so much, and all the best this season. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.